There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable YouTubers to see if...
Who are you supposed to be?
I'm Alex.
Who?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Put it this way.
Hey everyone.
Good job.
Big fan?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
And if the price of getting on this place is being the Maria Hill of the group...
And it's a price I'm willing to pay.
Alright, first things first. I want to say a massive thank you to Nando V Movies. YouTube can be a cynical cesspool of clout chasing and clickbait these days, but Matt has put together a series like no other that can only bring positive vibes and make the community feel like a community. Now that the arse kissing's out of the way though.
They told me you people were conceited douchebags. But that isn't true at all.
I know that after watching loads of the best video essayists make their videos, you're probably wondering why you're listening to some nobody from Liverpool talking right now. So...
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Still here? Okay, great. And now you're wondering, who do these dulcet Scouse tones belong to? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alex, and there's only one thing I love more than a couple of cold cans and Bobby Firmino's teeth. And that's movies.
I like you.
At the tender age of 22, no series of films has been more prominent and influential in my life than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've literally spent half my life waiting for Avengers Endgame, and I'm still not ready to watch these beloved characters from my childhood die. And I mean die, not turn to dust with a sequel in the works kind of die.
Start? I don't feel so good.
Don't bullshit me, Parker, I know you're gonna be fine.
I want the public to see Spider-Man for the two-bit criminal he really is. He's a fake. He's full of stickum.
But with 11 years of grand interconnected storytelling coming to a close, Nando V Movies has charged YouTube video essayists, and yes, that includes me, I made 2 of them last year, to talk about their favourite scene from the MCU. And there are a lot of iconic contenders in the running. The 360 hero shot from the Avengers, the lift fight from the Winter Soldier, Peter Parker climbing out of the rubble, literally any scene with Justin Hammer. But I didn't pick any of these. And do you know why?
You're all not worthy.
Not quite. It's because none of them are this. Yes, ladies and gents, no action, no dialogue, no camera movement. Literally just the Avengers sitting down and having a kebab like a drunk student at 4 in the morning.
Excelsior.
The shawarma scene is indicative of what makes the MCU stand head and shoulders above every other would-be global phenomenon right now. It's relatable. Even after the bombastic action of the Battle of New York, a Norse god, a super genius in an iron suit, a rage monster, and a literal symbol of America are sitting down in silence to eat. Despite their larger-than-life personas, these are still people. And that's what Marvel nails more than any other superhero franchise. They never let the super overtake the hero.
We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow.
Everyone loves the big action spectacle, but what gets people to come back time and time again to a series that had no right to this kind of longevity is the relatability of the characters. They're not perfect paragons of justice. They're flawed, they make mistakes, they bicker, they squabble. They feel like friends, like a family. And these quiet moments make us feel like we're part of that family. We've been along for the 2.5-hour thrill ride of the first Avengers film, and like the characters, we need some time to reflect. There's a reason that Nando V Movies chose the after-party scene from Age of Ultron. There's a reason the High Top Films chose the funeral scene from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. These are moments that resonate because we're not only invested in these characters, but because we've also all been in situations like this. We've all had a laugh with our friends. We've all mourned the loss of a loved one. We've all sat down and eaten unidentifiable meat after the craziest night of our lives, occasionally with questionable haircuts.
Not a great plan.
For me, this is why the DCEU has never gotten off the ground. Try as they might to stay grounded, they rarely feel like real people. The characters in Justice League are gods of such unattainable might and stature that we can never hope to be anything like them. You will never be as righteous as Superman, you will never be as just as Wonder Woman, and you definitely will never be as cool as Aquaman. And the reason we can't connect with them is that they never have these human moments. The only quiet moments in these bloated films are in service to a Hollywood romance or for our heroes to drown in their own brooding self-reflection.
Or be none of it. You don't owe this world a thing.
Yes, he fucking does. With great power comes great responsibility, you cynical bitch. But I digress. What is unique to the MCU is that even while boasting a colourful cast of geniuses, gods and aliens, we still understand who these characters are. Ragnarok is such a breath of fresh air and so beloved in the Thor series because they took a god who walks and talks like a Shakespeare play and brought him back down to earth. Metaphorically speaking.
I really feel like we were connecting there.
And it's the same reason people the world over welcomed a raccoon and a talking tree into their hearts. They're just misfits looking for a place to fit in.
We
Every Marvel movie is a human story stretched to its most extreme, and that's why they are, and always will be, so compelling. They're grounded in genuine human emotion. And out the word grounded,
Very poor choice of words.
I'm sure there are a rabble of angry, angsty commenters typing in all caps that
Nothing will ever be as good as the Dark Knight trilogy.
but while the world they live in is grounded and relatable, and we could potentially see similar events happening in the real world, there is little to no actual humanity in those films.
Why so serious?
This feeds into a larger problem of Christopher Nolan's difficulty handling emotion in film, but his Batman suffers for it. Bruce Wayne is an emotionally stunted man who at no point feels like a person you might know. It's hard to empathise with Bruce's feeling of betrayal at the end of The Dark Knight Rises because when you really think about it, we never really connect with his character anyway.
People need dramatic examples to shake them out of apathy, and I can't do that as Bruce Wayne.
Other than Fox's Logan, which is a perfect realisation of what happens when all hope dies. There isn't another superhero film in recent memory that consistently captures the man behind the mask as well as Marvel does. The best scene in the entirety of Fox's other films is this scene from X2. Because that's just fucking incredible. It's a quiet moment where someone uses their ridiculous powers to do something totally ordinary. There's no fight sequence, the world isn't ending, it's just Bobby Drake making a drink cold. And for me, that's all it takes to make a compelling superhero film. It sounds so simple, but the fact that only Marvel seem able to do it is telling, and the shawarma scene exemplifies this perfectly. The battle is over, the dust is settling, the world has been saved, and Earth Mighty's heroes?
You ever tried shawarma?
Well, they're just hungry. People hardly ever sit down to eat in any film, never mind action blockbusters. But the fact that Kevin Feige, Joss Whedon and the team over at Marvel chose to give us this oh-so-brief glimpse into their lives after all the fighting is done, shows that they're committed to telling real stories about real people. Mostly.
Puny God.
Well, that was my flagrantly desperate attempt to ride the coattails of far superior creators. Who knows if it'll work out?
This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
Cry. Probably cry. Just like I did watching Endgame when